Do you sit a lot and do you have lower back pain? Because if you do, this is the workout for you. It's Coach DeVore, Coach D.
Hey, what's up?
You ready to rock?
Let's do it.
We're gonna show you 3 movements that have absolutely been game changer for our members and for us personally, especially because we do spend some time at the computer and we do sit a lot. Movement number 1, spinal cars. This movement you can do every single day, and we're gonna teach you how to segment each vertebrae, and I want you to think about that as each vertebrae being its own individual joint. And if one joint in your spine isn't moving well, guess what? The other joints have to move even more to make up for it, and that's where your back pain might be coming from. So we got Coach D. She's gonna start in this tabletop position. We want to make sure that her shoulders are stacked directly over her wrists and her hips directly over her knees. This is a great starting point, and we want a nice neutral spine, head in a neutral position. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a little bit of whole body tension. And the way she's going to do that is she's going to start by just pushing her hands away from her knees. Obviously, there's going to be no change in position, but this is going to create that whole body tension that we want. Now from here, we're gonna start by going into spinal flexion. So we're gonna start reaching the middle of the spine up towards the ceiling, but again, we wanna segment one vertebrae at a time. So she's gonna start, no movement is what we wanna practice except for in the pelvis. So she's gonna start by dumping the pelvis out the back. Think about tucking your tailbone underneath, and then one vertebrae at a time, I want you to start to move up into flexion, moving towards the ceiling. Good, into the middle of the spine, and then into the top of the spine, and then the last thing that's gonna curl under is the chin. So now we're in a nice spinal flexion position, pushing up, and from here, we're gonna switch into spinal extension. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna reverse direction of hands and knees, she's gonna pull them in towards each other, and again, keeping this in flexion, let's start from the pelvis, turning that down, so now tailbone comes up as the belly button heads towards the ground, and in her mind, she's gonna envision one vertebrae at a time heading down towards the ground. Nice. Notice how she's still in flexion up here, but moving into extension here. So this is how we teach the spine to segment and we gain control. Let's try one more pass. When you move into extension, we're not just cranking back on the neck. I wanna make the spine, we don't want that. We wanna make the spine nice and long and reach the top of the head up towards that end of the room, reaching the tailbone up towards this end of the room. Now we're in a nice extension. Let's reverse direction of hands and knees one more time and start with the pelvis, keeping the head and the rest of the spine where it is. Nothing moves here, just from down here. She's gonna start to rotate again. Tailbone towards the ground. Nice, look at that, good control. And then one little vertebrae at a time, we're gonna start to move up into flexion towards the ceiling. Push up right there, here, 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 and then finally the chin curls last, reaching middle of the spine up towards the ceiling, trying to bring the shoulders close to the pelvis. Good. Let's reverse direction of hands and knees one more time, and just moving the pelvis, tucking this way now, tailbone to the sky, belly button heads towards the ground, trying to keep all the movement down here, and then one vertebrae at a time, we start moving down towards extension. Beautiful, and then the neck uncurls, nice and long. Generally aim 2 to 3 passes each way, back and forth, as you go, gaining more and more control. This serves as a nice warm-up, and we can do this every single day as a daily practice. Movement number 2 in our anti-sitting routine and our lower back pain fix is called the Jefferson curl. One of our favorite movements that we use a lot with our students and clients. And for this one here, we want a real light dumbbell. Coach is super strong and mobile, but she's just using a 10-pound weight for this movement. We can also pick a target. You can use anything because we always want to measure our progress, because what gets measured gets managed. So we'll start with the target here, and Coach is gonna start with her feet shoulder width apart. And again, just like we did in our spinal cars, we really want to focus on segmentation. So this isn't just a hinge. What we're doing here is we're trying to roll forward one vertebrae at a time, and then we're going to unroll one vertebrae at a time. Dumbbell in front, Fingers underneath, grabbing from the bottom. Beautiful. And from here, she's gonna start by folding the neck, the chin, and then she's gonna start to roll down, shoulders roll forward, and at this point, the dumbbell travels straight down. Perfect. Nice fold over until she touches the object. Good. And now she's gonna start rolling from the bottom and roll her way back up. Again, rolling down and rolling up. Let's try one more rep there. Good, nice, slow, controlled roll. Keep those knees completely locked out. Good stretch in the hamstrings, and then start to unroll. And as you get better at this movement and gain more range, we can move down and then make our way all the way to the floor, and eventually, Coach has been working on this for a while, so she's gonna start to elevate. And you pick the height of the elevation, trying to find a spot where, as she folds forward, trying to find something where you are just hovering above the ground so that now you have a target to aim for. Here we go. She's got fingers to the ground, so next time we're gonna have to elevate even more. Folding forward and then unfolding at the top. I do want to show a common mistake that we see here, which is where people don't roll forward, they just hinge at the hips. So with that flat back, so you see the difference, how she just hinged forward? We don't want to do that. We want to roll down and roll up. So let's show a couple good reps, Coach, here. Aiming for about a 5-second eccentric, so 5-second lowering, and then when we get to the bottom, she's going to focus on compressing in here, so trying to bring stomach close to the thighs and hold this position, trying to reach the dumbbell to the ground for 3 seconds, and then 5 seconds on the way up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold here, 1, 2, 3, and unroll. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. Beautiful. That's the Jefferson curl. Movement number 3 of our anti-sitting routine is called the QL side bend. We're gonna do this version with one leg elevated, so we get some bonus hamstring and adductor in here. We're gonna use something to elevate one leg on, and we're gonna use a light weight in this case. So the QL is this muscle called the quadratus lumborum that fits in from the bottom of the ribs to the top of the pelvis, and we've got one on either side. And when these become tight, that can cause a lot of lower back pain. So we've got you in this movement here. Coach is gonna grab a light dumbbell. She's gonna put one leg up on the box, and you can elevate to match your current progression, your current mobility. The key here is dumbbell goes on the inside, on the leg elevated. We're gonna turn the palm out this way. She's gonna square her hips out, so she's making sure her hips are facing forward. One hand behind the head. And now from here, she's gonna fold over to the side, keeping torso facing open, not folding forward. Elbow reaches to the sky, that dumbbell reaches to the ground. Good, and we're gonna go 5 repetitions per side, 3-second holds in the bottom position. 1, 2, 3, back to neutral, and then fold forward again. She's stretching this side, compressing the other side. Excellent. 2, 3, back up again. Nice. Good. Fold, hold. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. And last one. Good. Hold here. Make sure that side is open. 1, 2, 3, and back. We'll switch sides. Being real careful that we keep the torso open. We don't want to fold forward and cheat that movement. All right? So again, we're compressing on this side here, and we're stretching out this side as well. Good. And she's going elbow up towards the ceiling. Compress, open, 2, 3, and back. 5 reps, 3-second holds per side. Make sure that you breathe in this position. If you don't breathe in a position, you don't own that position. Nice job, Coach. Good. 1, 2, 3, and back. Let's go for 2 more good reps. Thinking each rep, trying for a little more range without sacrificing the discipline of the movement. So we don't want to cheat the movement. Good. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Excellent. Nice job, Coach. Good work. So you got 3 movements in our lower back pain fix anti-sitting routine. Movement number 1, spinal cars. Movement number 2, the Jefferson curl. And movement number 3, the QL side bend. Great job, Coach.